Hey everyone, I'm Tom, this is Joy.
Hello.
And BYD have officially announced that the Atto 1 and Atto 2 will be arriving in Australia in late 2025. In fact, November 2025, which is not far away. So we don't have pricing and official specs just yet, but we'll go through some indicative specs from other export markets around the world, and then we'll speculate on the pricing as well. They're also releasing the C-Line 5 and C-Line 8, which are both plug-in hybrids, but we're going to focus in this video on the pure electric vehicles, which is Atto 1, Atto 2 for launch in Australia. Have a look at this spreadsheet in front of us here. You can see the current pricing for the vehicles they have currently in Australia. So the Dolphin, Atto 3, Seal and C-Line 7. And we've kind of slotted in the Atto 1, which is known as the Seagull in China.
That's such a much better name.
I know, that's a great name. And then, look, for those of you that don't know, Atto means it's like the smallest unit of time. So BYD used that to, I guess, as part of the marketing to show that it's a speedy, zippy, energetic car, right? The Atto. So that's what they've used, Atto nomenclature.
I guess they called it 3 because maybe they already knew that they were going to have 2 and 1, kind of like A New Hope was episode 4. They knew that we were going to go back. Yeah.
But in Europe, it's called the Atto 1 to be called the Dolphin Surf, and then China's a Seagull, which I agree. I think Seagull's a great name.
Dolphin Surf, I think, is a confusing name. The Seagull works because, like, Seagull, you're like, okay, I know it's going to be smaller than the shark and the seal and the sea lion.
Is it because
small?
Is it because in Australia and other Western markets, the seagull is actually quite an annoying bird on the beach? They like grab your chips, they grab your food. They don't want BYD to be associated with that.
Maybe, but I mean, yeah, I guess for me, I felt Atto 3 was the odd one out. But I guess now there's going to be an Atto 1 and Atto 2. It won't be the odd one out anymore. And it obviously, with the naming, it makes sense because the 3 is the biggest one of the lot, even though it's actually like small compared to say, like a Model Y, isn't it? It's smaller than the Model Y. So then the Atto 2 will be an even smaller version of that, and then the Atto 1 will be an even smaller version of that again. So at least it makes sense.
I can understand why they renamed it the Atto in Australia and export markets, because in China it's called the Yuan. So the Yuan dynasty, right? So it doesn't quite make sense in Western markets. People don't know what Yuan is. So Atto, fair enough.
They just should have gone for another sea creature.
No, I would have liked the Seagull. It's quite a cute name. And it fits with the overall naming convention of the range, right? So Seagull's the smallest car, then you've got the Dolphin, and then you've got the Seal, right? So it sort of increases in size of animal comparative to the type of vehicle, right? So let's start with the Atto 1.
I just assume Atto must be some sort of fish.
That's what I thought initially, but no, it's a unit of time, like the smallest measurable unit of time in physics. So the Atto 1, aka Dolphin Surf, aka Seagull, slated for launch in November 2025 in Australia. It's going to be smaller than the Dolphin. The Dolphin sits at 4290 millimeters. So other export markets, the Atto 1 is 3925, so under 4 meters in length. I think if you were to compare another car, it'd be the Hyundai Insta, which is also the same as the Kia Picanto platform. In this press release, BYD has said that the Atto 1 will be the most affordable EV by a long way. That's great news, but can it match an equivalent ICE car size, right?
It needs to. I don't think it will, but maybe it will.
It'll come close. It'll come very close, right?
Because at that price range, every dollar counts. And I think you're not going to get people moving away from ICE cars until it's pretty much the same price. Like in this price bracket, I don't think you can afford to be more and then expect people to pay more for an electric car.
It's very sensitive, this price range, like
every dollar counts.
1,000, 2,000, you think that might not be much, but it's a huge difference for someone only wanting to pay $20,000 for a car, right? So the Picanto is like, say, $20,000, $21,000 drive away. I think the Atto 1 or the Seagull has to be under 25 grand drive away, which I don't think it will be, but if it was, it would be really compelling, right? If you look at the spreadsheet here...
Wouldn't it be fun if it was like 19,000?
Oh, 19,888.
Right?
Pretty special.
Yeah, and then you'd finally getting people to actually look at electric cars, because, I mean, BYD can afford to do that because they've got, such a huge market in China. They can afford to just undercut everybody here in Australia and get their name known.
It can almost be like the loss leader here, right? Just to get those cars out. People see BYD on the roads the same way they did with Shark 6. You know, there's people know BYD now because of all the BYD Shark 6s around.
And as you say, there isn't really like a really competitively cheap car in that size currently, because the Insta's
It's 39,000 before on roads. Yeah, so much more expensive. So the price range here in the spreadsheet is for the base variants for each of those cars. So look, I think realistically, although I'd love it to be under $20,000, I think the Atto 1 will be sub $25,000 at best.
I mean, looking at your spreadsheet, it looks like, as you say, the Atto 1 will be maybe 25-ish, and then the Atto 2 will be 35-ish.
Yeah. Let's move to the Atto 2. So I'm trying to work out where the Atto 2 kind of fits. I think it's obviously under Atto 3 size, and I think it's going to be bigger than a Dolphin, right? So it looks like a small SUV, whereas the Dolphin is like a hatch. So it's like an elevated car.
A mini SUV, because the Atto 3 is already a small SUV.
4.45, it is a small to mid-size. So this is purely a small SUV. Yeah, I agree. So it's a length of 4.3 meters, wheelbase 2620, weight of 1540. So not a huge car, which is good. So not everybody wants a big SUV. So they're filling that gap, the Atto 2. And battery size of 40 or 5 kilowatt hours. Again, they're all LFP BYD Blade FinDreams batteries.
I also think it doesn't matter that they're all front-wheel drive, because I think in this price range, it's the dollar figure that counts, not the drive experience. So I think they've done the right thing by making them front-wheel drive.
I think so. The cost-saving measure is there. That's fine. Looking again at the pricing, I think speculatively speaking, I think the Atto 2 should start around $35,000 before on roads, just looking at the other numbers here on the spreadsheet. So hopefully we'll come with a 6-year vehicle and 8-year battery warranty. Should fill up the range for BYD quite nicely, all the way from small to the Sea-Line 7, which is the mid-size SUV. So that's good news. Okay, so once BYD release their official pricing and specs for this market, we will obviously produce another video for you, and we'll fill out this spreadsheet with accurate data. But in the meantime, this is what we can speculate on.
But it's quite clear they want to have a car basically to cover every possibility that you could want. Yeah,
they're not just taking on Tesla, they're taking on Toyota. They just want to cover everything.
That's what I think of. Like, I don't see this as kind of like, the EV range. I feel like they are trying to get people out of petrol vehicles into electric vehicles, which is nice.
Very admirable. Yeah. It's funny when you talk to BYD people, like, when you say Tesla, I just go, no, it's not Tesla, it's Toyota. We're trying to take on the big guys, Toyota, VW. We're here to take on the whole market, not just Tesla. So, you can see that happening in real time.
And they do that with their marketing as well. It's very kind of like
mainstream.
Mass market.
Yes.
Very,
Like they sponsor the Sydney Roosters in Australia, NRL. Yeah, they're here to stay, as they keep saying. So.
They want like non-car people to know BYD brand. Like, it's just
And they do. Like, you speak to the average person, well, at least in my circle of friends and family, they know BYD. They may not know the other brands, but they know BYD, they know Tesla. It's becoming a household name, which is good. BYD have done the right thing in terms of marketing and awareness. All right, well, that's it from Joe and myself. Once we get some cars to test drive in Australia, we'll obviously document that for you on the channel. But otherwise, until the next video on Ludicrous Feed, it's happy charging.